Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks so much for joining this week's CCL training program, a weekly webinar series of Citizens Climate Lobbies that provides CCL supporters like you and I with access to in-depth training opportunities on topics related to climate change and effective climate advocacy. I'm your host, Brett Cease, and tonight we're going to jump into Summer of Fun fundraising for CCL and CCE. Building on the momentum of our June conference and lobby day, you've brought a fresh energy to CCL's work in 2023. So we're going to join Elli Sparks for a training that will review how to use this momentum to help raise funds for both of our wonderful organizations. No other organization trains citizens to be heard by their government the way CCL does, and chances are your friends and family are proud of your work and want to help support you in it. So Elli is going to review how you can use new resources to create many of the following resources that we will debut and preview tonight. And with that, I'm going to introduce our wonderful esteemed speaker for tonight, Elli Sparks, CCL's Senior Director of Programs. Elli is committed to the success of CCL volunteers who are growing their chapters in the US through education and community outreach. Elli's team hosts the weekly informational session, the Emerging Group Leaders Training Program, a host of other action teams, and special grassroots outreach and onboarding projects. And we are so honored for you to be here today, Elli. Take it away, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Brett. All right, so we've got 3 learning goals for today. First is to set a goal for your summer fundraising. Second, we want to discuss fundraiser activity options and plan one or more of them. And third is to review CCL Summer Fundraiser Toolkit for ideas and guidance. And our agenda follows our learning goals. So first, we'll set a goal for how much you or your chapter will raise over the summer. Then choose and plan one or more, if you're feeling ambitious, of the suggested fundraiser. The first being a Facebook fundraiser. Anyone in your chapter can host an individual fundraiser for CCL. It's an easy and lightweight option. The second idea is a donation party. Gather your friends and family together for an in-person celebration, like a house party or a backyard barbecue. At the party, share your involvement with CCL and why it matters, and then ask for donations. And our third suggestion is an activity-a-thon. Think of an activity, set a goal, and collect pledges from your friends and family. Your challenge can be anything: number of miles run, games won in chess, mittens knitted, or conversations about climate change. You get to be creative. We will also share the CCL toolkit for Summer of Fun fundraising and then open it up for Q&A. All right, so let's jump in with your fundraising goals, turning your passion for CCL into dollars and cents. So questions to consider when setting your Summer of Fun fundraising goal includes the following. 1, will you be fundraising on your own or with your chapter as a whole? If you are fundraising solo, you get to set the goal. If you're fundraising with a team from your chapter, then set the goal together with them. And the second question for you is, how do you set a financial goal? It's simple. Pick a number that inspires and emboldens you or your chapter. Now on to the Facebook fundraiser. We're going to consider Facebook, which is a way to reach broadly among your family and friends, especially those who have praised you for your work in CCL when you posted online. So Facebook makes it easy to set up and execute a Facebook fundraiser for the charity of your choice. And here's how you do it. First, find the menu button over on the right side of the Facebook bar at the top of the screen on your computer. It's the 9 dots in a square. When you click on that, the menu box pops up and you can look at the Create column. At the very bottom of that column, you see the word fundraiser. Click that word, fundraiser. Then select Citizens Climate Lobby from the list of options. You might need to type it into the search function at the top of the box. Up pops your desktop preview where you can set your goal, give it a new title, enter your own story, make your edits in the boxes on the detail column on the left. And when you're finished editing, hit the Create button at the bottom of your screen. So that's your Facebook fundraiser. On to donation party. Is there something you already do each summer that you could transform into a way to raise money for CCL? let's consider what a donation party might look like. So what is a donation party? A donation party, or sometimes called a house party, is a quick and easy way to raise awareness and or money for Citizens Climate Lobby, Citizens Climate Education. It doesn't even have to be in your house to be considered a house party or a donation party. You could have brunch at your favorite restaurant, a picnic at a park, or coffee at your neighborhood cafe. Invite people to attend, tell them why you care about the work that CCL and CCE is doing in the community. Have your Citizens Climate Lobby chapter leader come and speak with your guests and answer questions, and then leave them with an easy way to donate or get involved. Whatever type of gathering you choose to host, make it unique to you and your guests. You know them better than anyone else, so shape your party to what will be best to resonate with them. So first thing you should do once you've decided to host a fundraiser is email me at membership@citizensclimate.org. You can give us a heads up. It helps us to know a little bit about your event, the date, the location, and I'm happy to help you brainstorm if you'd like that. Now we're going to run through the toolkit over the next several slides, and the kit includes an FAQ to guide you in your party planning, a party checklist that covers everything you'll need to host a great event, a sample party agenda, though this is completely customizable to your event. If you'd like, you can print sign-in sheets so we can reach out to guests who want to know more, a sample invite for you to personalize. We've got Canva graphics that you can use with invitations on social media, and sample thank you email with links for your guests to stay involved. So on to FAQs. What kind of party should you host? That is totally up to you. You know what would be most fun for you and your friends. Are they more of a sit-down dinner kind of group, or more of a backyard barbecue, a tea party, a park play date, or even a game night? Some people like to host house parties as part of another celebration, such as a birthday or anniversary. It doesn't have to be fancy. Light refreshments are great. The less work you take on as a party planner, the more you can focus on the mission of the event. Question number 2, what is the best way to promote my event? Invite people as you would invite to any party you might host. You'll call them, you'll send an email, send a text. If you choose to send your invite through an online platform, there will likely be some built-in features that make it easy to remind and communicate with your guests. Take advantage of social media to spread the word, and ask each guest to bring a friend or two along. Expand your list even further by co-hosting with a friend or a chapter member, and bonus points if you don't have any overlapping social circles. All right, question number 3, how should my guests and I make our donations? This is a great question, and we've made it simple for you to collect donations from your guests using one or more of these options. So you could ask your guests to donate online at cclusa.org/donate. They could donate before the event or after the event, or even during the party on their phone. Guests you invited that cannot make it to the party can make an online donation as well. You could also collect cash donations during your event and then make an equivalent donation online yourself after the event. And with this option, your guests will not receive individual donation receipts. For folks who bring their checkbooks, you can have them write the check to Citizens Climate Education or Citizens Climate Lobby, and you can collect the checks and mail them all to Citizens Climate Lobby, 1330 Orange Avenue, Suite 309, Coronado, California, 92118. And we'll have this in the toolkit as well. All right, question number 4, who should speak at my event? Well, if you or someone in your chapter recently attended the June conference and lobby day, you might invite them to speak so they can highlight their experience. You could invite your chapter leader to speak. If you have a story about your involvement with CCL, you could also speak. Next question, what else might I include at my event? Well, you could show one of CCL's videos. We have a library of CCL videos to choose from. You could set up your chapter's tabling materials, including our Who We Are handout. CCL has a large library of CCL produced videos you can use at your event to help promote Citizens Climate Lobby, prove the power of citizen advocacy, and inspire others to advocate for climate solutions and donate. Our video library page in CCL Community, we've got them sorted as promotional, testimonial, congressional support, carbon pricing is popular, and then of course our training videos. And you can see our videos on a variety of platforms: YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook videos, and Instagram. And we have links for those as well. So next question, are my guests going to get tax receipts for their donations? So we always send an acknowledgement to individuals who donate. Anyone donated to Citizens Climate Education will also receive a tax receipt. If your guest does not make a gift, they won't receive a tax receipt or acknowledgement. If they give cash and then you send a check or make an online donation on their behalf, the only way for them to get a tax receipt is to let us know so that we can thank the appropriate people. All right, so our start to finish checklist. Let's start at 6 to 8 weeks out. You want to decide on your location, the date, and the time. If you can't have the party at your home, you might consider a local business or community center that would be willing to host. You want to set your fundraising goal. People will be more motivated to donate during your party if the finish line is in sight and they can help you cross it. So I can help you set a fundraising goal if you like. Like I said, you can email me, membership@citizensclimate.org. You also want to then create your invitation list. Not everyone will be able to make it, so don't be afraid to invite over your preferred number of guests. Send those invites out. Email, Facebook, Evite, or old-fashioned mailed invites all work great. So go with what's easiest for you and your guests. Now, moving on to 3 weeks out, you'll want to plan your menu and create your shopping list. You could hire caterers if you prefer, but you can also set it up very basic with fruit and cheese and crackers, and that works just as well. 3 weeks out, you'll also want to follow up with anyone who hasn't responded. Quick phone call or text to check in is a nice touch. 1 week out, do the shopping for any food, drinks, servingware, and decor you might want. Send an update to your confirmed guests. Tell them where to park, how to find you if you're meeting up at a park or a restaurant. And then to set yourself up for fundraising success, I recommend that you ask one of your close friends to help you during the fundraising pitch at the house party. Now, we'll cover the agenda here in a minute, but when you invite people to donate during the event, have one friend or family member who's going to respond enthusiastically to you. You've set this up in advance. They'll jump up and say, "May I write a check right now?" Or, "Can you read that link to the donation page out loud again? I'm going to donate right now." They're going to make somewhat of a deal of this. In essence, their job is to make sure that others know that you are actually asking people to donate at the party, not necessarily later when they get home and might forget or feel less inspired. This technique helps others feel comfortable with donating at the party and will help you achieve or exceed your fundraising goal. The big day has arrived. Let's look at what you need then. Prepare your space, the food and the drinks. Don't forget to make space for people to mingle and sit. Greet your guests with a smile and have fun. Help collect your guests' information. Ask them to put their name, address, and email on a sign-in sheet. If you don't have that already, or if some folks have brought friends, this will allow them to receive updates and stay connected with CCL's work. Your guests can write checks, give cash, or make a donation online. For online donations, they can use credit card, bank transfers, Venmo, PayPal, or Google Pay. And again, you direct them to our website, cclusa.org/donate. And lastly, after the party, you want to send your own personalized thank you note to your guests. All right, so let's look at the sample party agenda. Let's say your party starts at 6 p.m. For the first half hour, you're going to greet your guests, invite them to sign in, and give your guests time to socialize over drinks. Then the next 10 minutes from 6:30 to 6:40, you'll gather your guests and welcome them and remind them that today's event is a fundraiser. Let them know that you'll be sharing some more in a little bit and encourage them to get to know one another and have fun. Then at 6:40 to 7:15, there's a little more mingling plus food. You're passing around the appetizers. It's time for a quick icebreaker, introductions, or a game if that's your style. So mingling, but maybe structured mingling. And then about an hour and 15 minutes in, you're going to circle everyone up again, grab their attention, and share with them your reason for hosting this event to raise money and awareness. Share your personal story about being a CCL volunteer. Focus on a couple of issues or topics that are important to you. It's a very effective way to get started, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later tonight. Finally, ask your guests to donate and make sure they know that it's not required, but that it's very much appreciated. And this is the point at which your friend, that one whom you've contacted prior to the party, makes a big deal about donating at the party, thus helping your other guests understand that now is the time to write a check or pop onto the donation page on our website. This technique helps others feel comfortable with donating at the party, and it's going to help you achieve or exceed your fundraising goal. And lastly, have a great time after that. Continue bonding over your shared passion for ending climate change and discussing next steps. All right, so I'll show you some templates. We've got a couple of communication templates prepared for you. First is an email invitation template. You can tweak this template to include a few specific details about your party, such as whether guests should expect a meal or just a snack, and include a note about attire if you like. Our next template is an email thank you template. You send this after your event to everyone who donated. If you are sending checks to CCL, CCE, we will also thank them. If they donated on our website, we will also thank them. If you're sending cash that you collected at the party and you wish us to thank them individually, please share their contact information with us and the amount they donated. And then our third set of templates are social media post templates. We've got a short and a long version, an invitation. You might post that on Facebook or some other way you would get the word out about your event on social media. All right, so let's look at the list of fundraiser graphics that we have for your house party. We've got those on Canva, and our communications team made them up. You see there is an example of one, and you can swap your own photo in if you like. You're going to find those in the links to the House Party Toolkit. We've also got a special page on CCL Community with all of the instructions that I've just covered on how to host a donation party. And that link is in the next slide if we want to put that in the chat. So there you go, House Party. It's one of my favorites. I've been involved with a couple of those in my life for other nonprofits, and they are quite a lot of fun. So let's move on to Activity-a-thon, otherwise known as pledge-a-thons. Is there something you'd like to do or want to do more of? Invite your friends to pledge per mile or per game or per song you sing. And like any other of our fundraising activities, your first step is to set a financial goal. Then, next step is to establish a challenge. This can be anything. For example, the number of miles run like Perry Jones from our fundraising team, or number of chess games won on a Zoom chess tournament like our regional co-coordinator for the Great Lakes, John Sabin, did. Or you might decide to host a pickleball tournament like volunteer Randy Salim has done, and you can find his tournament on inapickle.earth. The next step after selecting your activity is to start asking for pledges from your family and friends. Perry Jones on our fundraising team challenged herself to run 100 miles for the climate over the course of a month. She set her goal in miles and dollars, secured her pledges, ran her miles over the month of May, and then collected on the pledges, and she was able to raise $2,000 for CCE and CCL. Perry used the Pledgit platform, and that's what we're sharing with you. So we're going to review the steps for using Pledgit. So first, go to Pledgit and click Get Started. Then you'll click the Start Campaign on the For Individuals side of the screen. You'll register and add details for your challenge. Whoops, hang on, popping ahead there. Next, fill out the register pop-up and follow their prompts for a standard campaign. Fill out the register pop-up and then follow their prompts for a standard campaign in which you will provide your goal and a title. You can upload a photo for your challenge or use the templates we've created for you, and you'll find those in our Summer of Fun Fundraising Toolkit, which we'll be covering shortly. Make sure you've connected your Pledgit account to your bank account via the Swipe app so that funds can be deposited. Then you promote your Activity-a-thon by posting your Pledgit link on social media. You can email the link to your family and friends in a BCC list, or you can speak to friends and family directly and share the Pledgit link. In each case, you're asking them to sponsor you. After you complete your challenge, collect the pledged contributions from your sponsors and donate the funds to CCL CCE. So that is how to use Pledgit. Now, next, we're going to review our Summer of Fun Fundraising Toolkit. You can find the toolkit on CCL Community. We've got the link for you, and we'll pop that in the chat. It's also in the July action sheet, and it contains graphics, templates, links to additional resources, and additional training materials. And our marketing folks ask that you send your event photos and videos to marketing@citizensclimate.org along with your name and chapter. Now, making the pitch. I asked Topher from our fundraising department to give us some tips on how to make your pitch. We've got enough time, so I'm going to cover those with you now. So here is a simple 5-step outline that works well. First, identify the need you are trying to address. Climate change is affecting humans now, and scientists warn that severe weather events will become more intense and occur more frequently. Second step, explain why it's important to you. I have a beautiful granddaughter, Izzy Marie. I don't want her to suffer because of my mistakes or our mistakes. My job as grandma is to help fix this problem. Third, share what you are doing about it. I have been volunteering and working with Citizens Climate Lobby for the past 13 years. I write letters to my member of Congress. I write letters to the editor of my local paper. And every June, I travel to Washington, D.C. with 1,000 other CCL volunteers to meet with my members of Congress or her staff and explain what we should do about climate change. Fourth, you ask your potential donor to take a specific action. You might ask, will you support my volunteer work by donating $50 to CCE? Or will you pledge for my swim-a-thon? Or will you come to my Summer of Fun fundraising party to learn more and donate? Or would you donate to my Facebook fundraiser? And then lastly, you're going to wait. You're going to let the person answer your question. Don't assume you know what their ability is to give or not. Just wait, let it all sink in for them. And remember, you're not asking for money for yourself. You're asking for a donation to support a cause that's really important to you and will help make the world a better place. And with that, Brett, we have come to the end.
Bravo. Please join me in giving a huge round of applause, Elli, for leading this amazing training tonight. It's been incredibly helpful for me to see all of the resources put together here and reviewed so thoroughly as you've done. I'm inspired to try this out with our own local group. And I know that many hands went into preparing this, from all the work that our marketing staff did, our development team has done, our comm staff, as well as Todd, who is also here tonight. Thank you, Todd, for all of your preparation. We really appreciate the team lift here across CCL that has been done to prepare so many wonderful materials. And I look forward to hearing everything that people are going to do with them. So please Share what you are up to. Use the forums. You can email us again. My email is here. You can also email membership@citizensclimate.org to give us a window in. We want to hear about how you're using this material, what you're inspired to try out, what creative ideas you're using for your Activity-a-thon, and know that we are so grateful for your work. Thank you all so very much for your time tonight. If you want to, please make sure to log this training so that you get credit for it and we can highlight all the activity our volunteers are up to, and stay in touch. Have a wonderful night, and thanks again for being here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Citizens Climate Lobby's training program. You can tune into more episodes anywhere podcasts are available. Inspired by what you heard today? Join Citizens Climate Lobby to advocate for bipartisan climate solutions. Go to community.citizensclimate.org to find more trainings, resources, your local chapter, national action teams, discussion forums, and more. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @CitizensClimate. We also invite all of our listeners to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiration.
Like what you hear? Recommend us to your friends and make sure to give us a 5-star rating. It helps us show up on other listeners' feeds. Feel free to pass on any suggestions for future episodes in the comments as well.
And together, we are creating the political will for a livable world.